The morning of October 1973 was not just another day in history, it was the moment the heartbeat of the Western world skipped a beat. Imagine a world where the lights in New York flicker and die, where the endless lines of cars in London stand frozen, and where the world's most powerful leaders realize they are no longer in control. This was not the work of an invading army, but the decision of one man standing in the heart of the Arabian desert. That man was King Faisal bin Abdulaziz, and this is the story of how his courage shook the foundations of the global empire and the mysterious price he ultimately paid for it. Faisal was never an ordinary monarch. Born into the heat and dust of the desert, he carried the DNA of a warrior and the mind of a master diplomat. When he took the throne of Saudi Arabia in 1964, he didn't just inherit a kingdom, he inherited the responsibility of the entire Muslim world. While the world saw oil as a commodity to be sold for profit, Faisal saw it as a sacred trust, a weapon of dignity that could be used to protect the oppressed. The real suspense began in the heat of the 1973 Arab-Israeli War. As Western superpowers rushed to support the occupation of Arab lands, King Faisal did what no one thought possible. He didn't just protest, he struck where it hurt the most. He turned off the oil taps. In a heartbeat, the black gold that fueled the modern world stopped flowing. As gas prices skyrocketed and the global economy began to crumble, the pressure on the king became immense. The most chilling moment occurred when US Secretary of State Henry Kissinger arrived in Saudi Arabia to threaten the king. Kissinger, known for his cold and calculating diplomacy, warned that America could use force if the oil didn't flow. King Faisal, sitting with a calm that unnerved his guests, looked at the most powerful man in American politics and delivered words that still echo through time. He said, "We are a people of the desert. My ancestors lived on dates and goat's milk, and we can easily go back to that life. But can your great nation survive without our oil?" In that moment, the world realized that Faisal was a leader who could not be bought, bullied, or broken. But King Faisal's vision went even deeper than oil. He had a spiritual obsession that kept him awake at night, the liberation of the Al-Aqsa Mosque. He famously told his people and the world that his only wish before dying was to pray in a free Jerusalem. This dream made him a hero to millions, but it made him the ultimate target for those who feared a united Muslim front. Secret intelligence agencies around the world began to track his every move, viewing him as the single greatest threat to their global interests. The shadow of betrayal finally reached the palace on March 25th, 1975. It was a Tuesday morning during the holy month of Ramadan. The king was holding a public majlis, a tradition where any common man could approach their ruler. Among the crowd was his own nephew, Prince Faisal bin Musaid, who had recently returned from years of living in the United States. As the young prince approached, the king, ever the father figure, leaned in to kiss him as a sign of affection. In that split second, the air was shattered by 3 deafening gunshots. The lion of the desert collapsed as the crowd descended into chaos. Even as his life began to fade, Faisal's character shone through. With his final breaths, he ordered his guards not to harm his assassin, showing mercy in the face of the ultimate betrayal. King Faisal passed away at the age of 68, leaving a void that the world has never been able to fill. While the official investigation labeled the assassin a lone madman, the mystery continues to haunt historians. Many believe that the prince was merely a pawn in a much larger, darker international conspiracy, a hit ordered to silence the man who had dared to hold the world's energy in his palm. Though he never got to pray in a free Jerusalem, King Faisal died a martyr, proving to the world that a king's true power isn't in his crown, but in the unwavering strength of his soul.